Hey everybody, it's BATJAC J.W. and we have another review. But you can tell by the title what we have. We have a Inland 1911. This is the Inland. They bought the name from the old original company from World War II. And you guys been around my channel long enough, you know I love World War II style firearms from the American side. It's a great, especially the old warhorse like the 1911 right here. So here, a little look at their thing. Kind of looks like the Springfield Armory logo, doesn't it? Okay, so there's a little backstory with this thing, and I'll let you know on it. So let's just take a look at it. Let's dive right into it before we're a minute into this video. It's not loaded. All right, Parkerized finish. Okay, few things right here. What would you be looking at if you're going to be interested in buying one of these 1911s? The Inland, okay? A big part is, see those roll marks? Those roll marks are pretty darn cool. That's what it's all about right there. Okay, those roll marks are pretty awesome. Even adding the Inland and everything right there. But the patent dates and everything, okay? Brown plastic grips like it would be, arched mainspring housing, lanyard loop, okay, really cool. The kind of semi-extended beaver tail, a little bit of an upgrade from the old World War I time, so you don't get as much hammer bite from it. Nice spur hammer and wide, checkered. Top of the thumb safety right there, properly kind of checkered there. The sights, now the sights are a really big one because a lot of times they get the sights wrong, but I'm putting this white paper in the background there so you can see them. Really decent on those sights. Okay, I do like that a lot. It seems real proper. Okay, here's on the other side. That's really cool that they added that right there. And I know what you're thinking. The question is, what would be different from this one versus the auto ordnance variant of this? Really, the roll marks. The auto ordnance would be identical, except for this is, for me, this is what really mattered, was the fact that they put all these dates. They went as far as that's a really big indication there that they're trying to do it right. Okay. So overall, the fit and finish seems pretty good. Yeah, a couple of downers. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about some downers here. Some things that I'm not too happy with. Are we really going to talk about that? Okay, yeah, let's get into it. Some of the things we're going to talk about. All right. Now, a little bit backstory. I've seen these pistols before. I flirted around with them. I've seen videos. I've seen photographs. Okay, I've flirted around with this pistol. One thing that I'm not too thrilled about and I'm a little upset about, the finish. Inland had changed the finish at some point here. Okay, this is a pretty much a black, flat black finish. Now it photographs a little bit differently maybe, but that flat black finish is not what I originally saw when I handled a couple of these and when I saw photographs and videos. If you actually look at the manual, it had this kind of lighter color to it, kind of like almost like a greenish gray type finish, which is actually correct. If you guys notice also on my channel, I do have a World War II authentic one that's kind of that color. So that's one thing that killed it for me a little bit there, okay? That when I originally saw some of these, especially the early ones they were putting out, they were like that. They were correct. The color, they had the color down. The auto ordnance one has the color pretty spot on. Now these guys had it better, had keyword, okay, but they've changed something and now the finish is just black. Okay, here you can see it kind of contrast wise, top of this box here. But yeah, for me, that was kind of a killjoy a little bit, okay? They're not cheap. They're on the expensive side. I will admit that, yes. All their products seem to be, even their Ithaca 37 shotgun. I've seen it here at the local shops upwards in the $1,300 range. Even their carbines are up there in the $1,100, $1,200 range, the M130 carbines that they're producing out, okay? Under there. And these puppies here, MSRP right off their website is somewhere around the numbers of 770. I seen them in shops somewhere in the 700s. So basically, look to pay around 700. I think Bud's Gun Shop has the ultimate deal with a cash price at 650. Okay, for these puppies, they're not cheap. I myself traded off a couple of guns just to get it. So I had to have something like this. This is really cool. Okay, so some more nitpicking. The trigger is a mid-size trigger, not the actual short trigger like it would normally be. And barrel hood right there, that's silver. Or polished metal. It on the authentic World War II ones, it would have been blued. Now I'm just kind of nitpicking here, and like I said, so I'm just kind of being super picky for me. That's when you're paying that kind of money. And then I spoke with these people, actually called them, talked to them about the finish. They were trying to correct that for me and everything, but really honest, I got tired of waiting around on the phone for them to call me back about that. And then they were talking about I'm gonna have to pay the shipping of this thing to them and then back to me. So that would be like, okay, and now I'm throwing more money on top of a product that you once advertised like this. And I saw the ones that were like this, that's photographed, that was actually, I know the video doesn't serve it much color justice, but anyway, that's the gist of it. If I was really gonna pick it apart. Okay, the other thing, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and field strip this thing. Okay, again, really just picking it apart. It's a Series 80, just so that everybody knows. It's a Series 80, which is actually not correct. John Browning would not recognize that. Okay, they're on the frame. You can see the extra pieces they put in there right there. Boop, there it is. That little lever right there. I have a video on Series 80 1911s. Check it out on the channel. So, all right, the magazine you get, it's I believe it's a Metgar magazine right there. So, anyhow, I'm going to be doing some changes to this thing. So check out the future videos. Stay tuned to the channel. I will be doing some changes to it that I feel comfortable with doing it. And everything, so you'll see kind of how it turns out. And also I want to do a comparison, side by side close-up look at this thing versus the real thing. And what really, again, I mean, I hate to trash any gun or trash a company, but I'm not really trashing them. But when I spoke to these people on the phone, the disappointing thing for me was the fact that the guy told me that they actually have an authentic one that they modeled this after. Okay, if that was the case, dude, I would have expected it to be a little closer, and especially the color. Really, my biggest disappointment, my biggest criticism, even though I can live with the Series 80 and I can blue the barrel hood myself, but the biggest criticism, I must say, the color. That was a real big letdown. So for popping off at these things coming out of the package at upwards of $700, that fell flat for me right there. So anyway, I'm just being brutally honest, and I'm BATJAC J.W. Like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.